Hi friends, this is Suzy, your Candy Crush guru. It is March 31st, 2025, and I am here to do a quick recap on the Candy Crush Saga All-Stars event for 2025. Because since it is the 31st of March, that means that we finished our first knockouts round at 3 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. When I left, I was well in first place, and no one else appeared to be active. There was still 30 minutes to go. My prediction is I'm going to get the first place spot, but really, even if I get one of the top 5 spots, I'm fine. That will get me a ticket to the next round. So let's take a look and see what happens. I go to events and All Stars qualified. So I got that golden ticket and I get to claim. There I am in the top spot. So I get my reward. And there were only 10 of us. I just had to make it into one of the top, into the top half. So that is done. I have a lack of sleep, but I also have several boosters that I get to use. So that's kind of fun. Now let's talk about where we go from here. I'm going to be getting ready for the next stage. I can do cooldown quests if I want to continue playing, but really I want to think about when is the next event for the when is the next round for this event. So let's talk about the folks who did not make it in. They can still possibly make it through if they have an invitation to participate in the second chance. But just so you know, this is a series of 2 rounds. You have to play both rounds in order to make it back into the competition if you for some reason did not make it through the first knockout round. You need to play the first round, which already started today at 9 a.m. and ends at 3 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. So it's less than 24 hours and you have to be in one of the top 3 spots. If you make it there, you are not done. That does not secure you a spot in the second knockouts. You then have to take that win and get into the second chance round 2, which will start on April 2nd at 9 a.m. and go through till April 3rd at 3 a.m. And there, instead of getting one of the top 3 spots, you have to get the very top spot. So it's a series of 2 rounds you have to participate in if you want to make it back in through the second chance round that's offered this week. Now, for those of us who did make it through, our next round starts on Thursday, the 3rd of April. It's going to be at 9 a.m., but I'm not going to jump in. I'm going to be a slacker. I'm going to wait until the 6th of April on Sunday, and at some point in time during the day, I'm going to try to get in with a group of other slackers. I'm going to start participating very similarly to how I did this last time and try to make it into one of the top 3 spots. So the competition just got a little bit stiffer. Plus, we only had 10 people in this group. We're not promised only 10 people here. So it's going to be much more difficult, I'm assuming at this point. And it goes for the same number of days. I'm going to play it similarly to this light green. That's how I'm going to play this dark green. I'm not recommending it though. As we advance through this competition, it's going to be harder and harder to be a slacker and still win. But I also don't want to play the game for 5 days. So I'm going to go the slacker route. If I miss it, I would probably still get the opportunity to get back into the race by participating in the second chance. But it's even stiffer than this second chance. The second chance, you have to be in the top spot over both rounds. So yeah, it would be difficult. And then, let's say I didn't make it through the second knockouts, but I did make it through the second chance. That would end at 3 a.m. And then at 9 a.m. on April 10th, I would have to start participating in the final knockout rounds. And if my strategy of being with the slackers fails this time round, it's even more likely to fail as we advance further and further into the competition. Really, being a slacker probably won't get you too far beyond this. I'm not saying I won't continue to try to be a slacker, but I won't have any additional second chance rounds if I try to be a slacker on the final knockouts on this light blue. And because of that, I have made a mistake and everybody's so far advanced, I won't have any other opportunities, any second chances to get back into the competition. And in the final knockouts, whether it's round 1, round 2, or round 3, have to get the top spot in each of these. Not just in this one. Remember, with the qualifier, we could participate in this qualifier or in this qualifier. Nope, not the case here. We have to participate in this knockout round, get to the top spot, and then if we do that, participate in this knockout round, again take the top spot, and then the top spot in the final knockout. And each time we do this, 2 things are likely, very likely, probable to happen. The first is that the number of people we're competing against, that leaderboard, that number is going to continue to grow. We're probably going to be facing more and more people. The second thing is that we're going to be facing people who already made it into the top spot where they were. For this one, it's more like the top 3 spots. We're going to be competing against everyone who already made it into the top 3 spots. We're not going to have people who were just better than half of the other people. It's the top 3 spots of a bigger field. So the competition gets much stiffer starting here and continuing on. Each one is exponentially going to be more difficult. That's my prediction. All right, so that is it for me. If you have any questions or comments, I know it's very confusing. You can also consult the rules. If you're planning to participate all the way to the end and you are available to travel to California from June 11th through 13th inclusive, and you want to get this far, I would take some time during the little breaks that you have to really read the rules and make sure that you've got all your ducks in a row, because nothing I say constitutes any sort of legal advice. It doesn't even really constitute any game strategy. I'm telling you what I'm planning to do because I understand I'm willing to take the risks, but I'm not advocating for you to be like me. You have to make your own choices. So that is it. If you have any questions, put those below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.